You know how they always say that nobody's actually ugly? Some people are actually ugly. But hear me out first. To me, beauty is actually very subjective. If you would ask me, for me, I like all my wittiness, lows and high voice. I see people that are so beautiful. I see people that societally people consider them so beautiful. If I see those people, I just have to cheer. I admire those people, but I just never want to be somebody else. I love me. This is me now, probably basic in your own terms, but I don't ever want to be somebody else. I instead crave and want to be a higher version of myself. And that's why I've embraced me. I've embraced my own kind of beautiful. I had a situation on the road one day, just gisting one of my aunties. There was some kind of traffic. We got to that very car and we were about to cross. A guy in the car said something. He was like, "I love your smile. Please keep on smiling." My head just went throughout that day. I was still smiling. I was smiling. My smile was full. My whole face was swollen because he said that day and it was new to me because I'm someone that I would say have kind of been very insecure with my smile. Not just the smile, the teeth in general. Like I have overbite and I will need braces to like correct the bites. And I'm like, when I have money, I'm going to go and work on it. And here is this person saying, "I love your smile." I've had people tell me, "Oh, you're beautiful," and all that. It's not new. Beauty actually can come in different form, and that's why I said it's subjective. For example, I have a friend, kind of a younger sister. I'm the last child actually. She's someone that in my own view, I will consider her a shade of beautiful. Like, she's beautiful. But there is something I always take note of. Her hair. Volume, check. Healthy, check. And I keep on telling her, I'm like, why do you have a long hair? Like, don't you think God was being partial when he was creating you, decided to give you a very long hair and gave me a short one? Why? She'll just be like, stop, it's just hair. I've come to that state of mind that beauty can come in so many ways. What you see as ugly might be what I see as very, very beautiful. Beauty can come in steps, the way somebody walks. There is a particular model, I think her name is Anok something. I love her skin color. I love her shape. But one thing that is so distinct when it comes to her, to me, the way she walks, like I love the way she walks. Her aura, I haven't met her before. Seeing her on the runway with the way she walks, I'm like, this lady is so pretty. I had a classmate then that took my crush. I don't want to mention name because I don't want somebody to be feeling themselves. This girl that took my crush was so beautiful. Like, she was gorgeous. Her laugh alone, she laughs in a way that you hear the sound. I don't know how to explain it, but her smile, her laugh was everything. Beauty can come in the eyes. Yeah, eyesight. There is one girl that is way younger than me. I think she's 13 now or so. That girl will not ask me for something and I will say no. At this point, it's as if I'm obsessed. Her eyes, she has my weak button. Like, the way she comes and then she looks at me. She's like, "Miss Gloria, can you help me with this?" I want this. I'm like, "But you know it's not time for this. But you know it's not time for that." And she's like, "Oh, but..." I'm like, "Okay, say no more. It's okay. You can have it." Just because of her eyes. Like, she's a very beautiful child, like beautiful girl. But I don't even look at every other part. And that is where pretty privilege comes in. Another person might come before her and the same thing that person asked me for, I might decline. There are some people that pretty privilege thing works for. They go to some places and they get preferential treatment. It's not because it's not because you're ugly, but they're just beautiful. The person they are going to meet cannot just reject them. Like, you can't just resist them. There is just this charm about them. There is just this beautiful thing about them. Like, for me now, there are things that I don't really like love about myself, but I have learned and come to love them because it is my body. For example, my toes. Oh, I don't know how to show it, but let me not show it because some people have foot fetish. Like, the toenail is so ugly, but I've come to love them. At the same time, I have like scars on my body that I don't really like. Yes, I don't really like them, but I just have to start liking them. And that person outside will look at me and be like, what kind of scars? What kind of scar is that? Did you fight with a lion? I have this very one here. It's not that obvious, but if you come close, it's here. I have like discoloration here because I had hot water pour all over my hand and the whole skin here peeled off. That's like 10 years ago. And then when it comes to my leg, like, I have other scars that somebody, instead of the person talking to me and looking into my eyes and talking to me, the person will be looking down at my leg. And I'm following that person's eye. I know what you're looking at. I know the person is looking at the scars and be like, this girl that is fine like this. Why do you have all these scars? Like, were you a fighter when you were small? I mean, I can't even fight. So instead of like hating the scars, I'm like, I might not like the scars for what they look like, but I actually love them for all the stories they tell. You get, like, and this beauty thing, there are some people that society consider like ugly. Maybe you have open teeth, flushed skin, freckles. Like, I have freckles, and many other things. Like, you are considered not beautiful, or probably a big head or bigger eyes. And bigger eyes are sexy. There was a guy in my school when I was in secondary school, and this was my junior year. So I think this was like 2013, 2014. This guy was a bully. Like, he was known as a bully in school. He was standing at the door when I wanted to come into the class. I was like, please, can you excuse me? Because he was blocking the whole door. This guy had mind. He just busted into laugh. You're stupid. I don't even remember his name, but he's very stupid wherever he is. And he just looked at me. He was like, say the excuse me again. And he was like, look at the way you're talking like a rat. Are you a toy? But he said those things that day. I felt so bad. Like, but I didn't even think about that rats don't talk. F him. As of 2019, when I still like developing cystic acne, I didn't even know I had hormonal issues at the time. I was carrying my colleague's baby at the time. And my friend at that time said something, and he was like telling the friend that, when me and Gloria give birth, when we get married and give birth, this is how our child will look like. And the friend said immediately that, God forbid, he won't come to that kind of wedding. Like, he won't come to our wedding if I was getting married to the friend. And why? He was actually talking about my acne. He was like, with that kind of face, with that ugly face, look at swollen, black spots on the face and pimple all over the face. And he said that, and I felt so bad. I was having cystic acne coming out at the time, and I've been in and out of the hospital at that point for other reasons. After years of finding out that I have hormonal acne, I'm working on it. Like, it's not something that is permanent. It's something that is within my power that I can work on. For example, TMI, I have stretch marks. I have them in my arm here, and I have them here also. I've had like stretch mark like since I was a child, but not on my arm. This one came when I added so much weight with a very dry skin. If somebody looks at me and be like, stretch marks, whatnot, I'm going to look at you back. Like, I'll look at the person like, don't worry, very soon I'll plug you guys in if you're having stretch mark. I'm actually working on mine. I don't know if you can see it. It's not so visible like that. So I'm focusing on like things that are more important. So focusing on like things that you can't control. Or you have a big head. You already have a big head. Like, You can't change it. Maybe you have a very big nose. You might want to like, maybe in the future you're rich, you want to like do rhinoplasty for the nose, and that's up to you if you have the money. But instead of caring so much about the things that you can't control, why not focus on the things that you can control? Like telling yourself that you're beautiful every day. I tell myself those things like, I'm in love with this girl. Like, I'm so in love with this girl. In all of this, beauty is subjective. Beauty standard may change tomorrow. Like, there were times where this issue of BBL wasn't like a thing. 2014, 2015, 16. I used to watch Botched. Like, I enjoy watching Botched. People doing rhinoplasty, BBL, the stomach, fat removing stuff. I think I'll put them on the screen. For me, watching them at that point was just for watching sake because I was quite young. This person that have like flat breast can actually have a mom makeover, have the breast tissue and everything, like the breast like lifted. They told me they can do a tummy tuck, you can do a BBL. Like, it was like fascinating to me at that time. Over the years now, there is this thing of BBL now. People with flat ass like us are like getting them bigger. That's like one thing they love, to get bigger, and they're getting them. Like, it's what they love. It's up to them. Because some people are fascinated about it. Like, they're like, God bless Africa. If you're on Instagram, you know what God bless Africa is. It's like a standard now. Tomorrow, beauty standard may change. Things that they will like consider beautiful will be different. Tomorrow you might be having big nose, so you will go and get rhinoplasty today and then have a very small nose, like pointed. Tomorrow it might be like fat nose that will be in vogue. In all of this, just love yourself. Just love yourself. Love the things about you that you can control. If it's your skin, your beautiful skin, admire it. If you don't have a long hair like me, grow it. If you have bad patches, edges like me, maybe work on it. Like, you can't kill yourself. I think we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.